Hello students, welcome to your computer classroom. So as in the previous class we have discussed about the how to create, how to use the report wizard, and using the report wizard how we have created the report in MS Access. So let us quickly see it once again, what were all the steps, then we will come to the exercise of this chapter. So as in the previous class we have seen how to generate a report using project the report wizard. So for that we have seen whatever the table we have, whatever the query we have, we can use those. So first we will go to the report wizard option. So here in the ribbon area we will get the report wizard, then the series of steps using the report wizard dialog box we will get. So here we can choose the name of the table or the query which is already existing in our database. So we will choose from this drop down. After selecting the table name, here we will get the different field names respective to the table which we have chosen or the query. So from here we can move the fields to this require field which we want to be included in our report. So this way we have the arrow key. If we want to select all of these fields, we can click on this double arrow. Clear? So when you move to the next step, here is these are the steps which is present to us. So using this we can move the available fields to the selected fields. When we'll move further in the next step, we will see that if you want to do some grouping, if you want to make two groups or more than that, so there is the option to make two separate or number of groups. So here you can see that name is in one group and remaining fields are part of the another field. Then we click next and we'll come to this new dialog box in the same report wizard. So here we have the option to sort our report. So whatever the field we want to choose as a sort key means on that particular field the sorting will be done. So here we have the ascending or descending sequence. So we can choose from here for ascending or descending sequence. Then we will move click on the next button, and then the layout and orientation we have. So we can choose the different layouts like stepped, block and outline, and portrait and landscape are the two orientation the radio buttons we have. So we can choose the orientation which we want. So portrait and landscape, as we have talked about, that portrait will be the length of that display will be more and width will be less. So this is the portrait layout, and landscape is where the length is more or you can say the width is more and length is less. Clear? So this is the landscape view. So this way the orientation can be chosen for the report which we want to generate. Clear? Then click on the next button. Okay, then let us erase this. Then when we'll come to the next step, we'll click on this finish button, and before that whatever the name of the report we want to, whatever the title we want to be included in the report being generated, so we can write the title of that report, then click on the finish button. So this way the report has been generated, and we have seen all of these steps in the previous classes. So this way the whatever the report which will generated will be in the print preview mode. Clear? As we whenever we want to print something, so before printing the document we see the print preview. So the similar view will be we will get when you will use the wizard for creating the report. Okay, now let us come to the exercise question. So first is take the correct answer. So I hope you have all tried to do few of these exercises also. So now we can discuss these questions. So first is a question represented in a way that SS can understand. So what is the answer of this? The question here it is talking about, it is query. Clear? Then the next one is the shortcut key to save a query. So we all know that what is the shortcut to save any query? It is control plus S. Yes. Then the next one is query used to display the records that have some values for one or more specified fields. So here you can see there is a term same values. Clear? So queries used to display the records that have same values for one or more specified fields. So here it is talking about same values. It means it is duplicate duplicate query. Clear? So you can relate by the question itself. We all know that there are three types of query: simple, unmatched and duplicate query. So when it is talking about similar values, so it means it is duplicate query. Then question number D, while sorting on more than one fields, the more important field is called. We all know that we arrange the fields on a basis of some sort key. So in that we have seen the major key and minor key. So the field which is more important, that is called as major key. Clear? Then coming to the next, that is question number E. A way of displaying data from a query or a table in an appealing way is known as. So we have just seen that the report which we generate, that is the appealing view. Clear? So the answer of this question will be report. Okay, then next question is the two special wildcards for query provided by SSR. So the two wildcards are, we know that wildcards are used in MS Access for writing the queries or writing the criteria in the queries. So we all know that there are two. What are they? Asterisk and question mark. Asterisk is denoting a group of characters and question mark denotes a single character. So answer of this is asterisk and question mark. So I will pause for a moment. You can write the answers. You can pause the screen once and write the answers of all these objective questions. Then we will move to the filling the blanks. So I hope you have written the first question, that is tick the correct answer. Now coming to the filling the blanks question. So let us come to a new screen. There I have written the answers for you. So here is the questions of filling the blanks. So question number 2A. Question number 2A is to create a query can be created using. So it is asking about the approach by using which we can create a query. So we have seen that the query can be created either by design view or the wizard. So wizard also we have seen how to use the wizard for creating the query by giving all the options, all the fields we can choose, the different tables, the fields of those tables can be chosen. And another approach is we can use the design view for creating the query. Clear? So the answer of this is design view and wizard. Next is to create a selected query, which view can be used? So the answer is design view. Clear? So in the query also we have the design view and another is the layout view, but for creating any selected query, which view is used? The design view is used. Then question number C is run button is present on which tab? So run button is present in the design tab. Let me show you once. So if I come to the software window, here is the design view. So in the design view you can see we have this run button here. Clear? So this design tab has the run button. Clear? So whenever you come to the query, design query or the design view of the query, we will get this run button in the design tab. Clear? So the answer of this question is design tab. Now next question is question number D, that A blank query is used to display the records that have the same values for one or more of the specified fields. Clear? So it is talking about the records that have same values. Clear? So when it is talking about the same values, the answer is duplicate query. We have read that in the queries we have the three types: simple query, unmatched query, and duplicate query. So duplicate query is the query which is having the similar values. Clear? So the answer is duplicate query. Then question number 2e, the condition that identifies the records you want to find. Clear? So there are some conditions. By writing those conditions we can get the desired records, so that conditions are called as criteria. We all know that criteria are the conditions which we specify while making the queries. So the answer is criteria. Next is question F, the fields on which the records are sorted is called. So we all know that there are some keys using which we can sort the records, so that field is called as sort key. Clear? We have a name that is called sort key in a report. Then question number G, the lines that are printed for each record. So we know that when we make any report, so there we have the title, and below that what all the different records data is there, so they are called as detail lines. Clear? So answer is detail lines. Then question number H, blank or dash is the quick way of building a report. So we have seen that the report can be generated in various ways: by going to the report button, by going to the blank report, or the wizard. We have the report wizard option. So here it is asking about the quick way. So the quick way of building a report is the blank report. Clear? So if you want only few fields to include to be included in the report, so the blank report is the quickest way for building a report. Now question number 3 is answer the following question. So let us come to the book where we have the question answers. So here we are with the question number 3, that is answer the following question. So let us discuss these questions. So first is, what do you understand by query, and explain the different types of queries. So we have gone through all of these concepts, that what is query and what are the different types of query. So before that, I hope we have not paused the video for writing the filling the blanks. So here it is. You can first complete the you can pause the video once, so that you can write the filling the blanks question together. So here all of the questions of the filling the blanks is on a single screen. You can pause for a moment and complete the filling the blanks question. So I hope you have written it now. Now coming to the answer the following questions. So let us come. So here let us erase these marks. Okay, now coming to the first question, that is, what do you understand by a query, and explain the different types of query. So let us see that what a query is and what are the different types of queries. So here if we come to the beginning of the chapter, on page number we can get this answer in the starting of the chapter, that is the page number is around 45-46. let us see. So if I come to page number 45, okay, so that was the previous chapter. So here it is on page number 48. So we have the question is, what do you understand by query and what are the different types of query. So first question is, what is query? So let us take the marker. So query, you can see the definition in this paragraph only, that a query is simply a question represented in a way that SS can understand. Clear? So this will be one line definition of a query. Then we can write further about the query. If we'll come below on page number 51, I think. So here these are the different types of query. You can add one more line in the query, or you can write further that query is an object that requests information from a database and creates a data sheet. Clear? So write one more line for the definition of query. Then the next is the different types of query. So we all know that the query are of three types. So write the three types of query are, the first one is simple query. So all of the sentence is important. Simple query is used to ask some particular question about the data in a database. Then unmatched query, point 2, that unmatched query is used to find the records from one table that do not have the corresponding values in the second table. Clear? So unmatched means that will not be matched in the another table. Then the third type of the query is, so this was the second type, the third type is duplicate query. So write the definition that duplicate query is used to display the records that have same values for one or more of the specified fields. Clear? So this way you can complete the answer. So this was the second part of the answer. So this answer is of third A. We have in the beginning we have seen what was the definition of the query. So the query, the first on the page number 48 we have seen. Then here one more line, that query is an object that requests information from a database and create a data sheet. Then the types of query. Clear? So this way the answer is in completed in two parts. Now coming to the second part of the question, the second question, sorry, that is define a criteria. So second question, third B is define a criteria. So let us see what is the definition of criteria. So if we come to the book once again, here on the same page, on page number 51, you can see the definition is V at the place of U, we will write V. So this is, we can find specific records in our database by using criteria. At the place of your, you will write our. Clear? So we can find specific records in our database by using criteria. Criteria are conditions that identify the records we want to find. Again at the place of U we will write V. Clear? So this is the answer of criteria. The question number is third B. So what is criteria? Criteria are the condition that identify the records. We have seen already that whenever we want to search something from the existing database while we are making the query, so whatever the condition which we want to write, so that can be written in this criteria. Clear? So I hope you have written this. Now coming to the next question, that is third C. The question number third C is, what do you understand by wildcards, and name the special wildcards used in Access. So let us see what is wildcard and what are the different wildcards which are used in the Access. So if we come in the book once again, so on the same pages we can see what is wildcard and what are the different wildcards. So here you can see the definition of wildcards and the different types also. So what are wildcards? Wildcards are, first write the definition. Wildcards are the symbols that represent any character or combination of characters. Clear? Then this is the definition of wildcards. Then the two types of the wildcards are, we have to write the two types also. So write the answer point wise. So first is the asterisk. The asterisk is the first point, so you can write point wise. So after this you will write the two types of wildcards are. The first one is the asterisk. So asterisk is you can uh, uh, omit this sentence, that asterisk represent any collection of character. Clear? So asterisk, starting from here, let me erase this. So the sentence is the asterisk represent any collection of characters. Then example is here that R asterisk represent the letter R followed by any collection of characters. Clear? Then second point, the question mark. So question mark represent, write the answer point wise. First was the asterisk we have written, then second is the question mark. So question mark represent any individual character. Example in that we will write R question mark VI represent the letter A followed by any single character that follows the letter, such as in Ravi. Clear? So this way we will write this paragraph point wise and only the important things which are required for the answer. So this was the answer of question number 3rd D, that what is wildcards and what are the types of wildcards. Clear? So first sentence was, the first line of this paragraph is the definition of the wildcard, and then in the 2 points we have written the types. So one was the asterisk and another is about the question mark. Now coming to the next question, that is what is the difference. So okay, so that was question number 3rd C. Sorry, I have written 3rd D. This was the answer of 3rd C. So correct it. The question number you can see from the book also. So this was the C about wildcard. Now coming to the question D, that is what is the difference between compound criteria and comparison operator. Okay, so let us see the compound criteria and comparison operator. So if we come to the same page, on page number 52, yes, here it is about the compound criteria. So we will begin our answer from, in the place of often we can write when. Let us change the color. So when more than one criteria, we will start the sentence with when more than one criteria might be available to satisfy the data we are searching. At the place of you we will write V. When more than one criteria is available, at the place of might be we can write is. When more than one criteria is available to satisfy the data we are searching, this type of criteria is called as compound criteria. Clear? And after that only write and or. So no need to write all of this 2 lines, only will write and or are the 2 types of compound criteria. Clear? So or you can write 2 types of compound criteria are and or, and write the symbol and or. Clear? So the 2 types of compound criteria are and or. So this is the first part of the answer, that is 3rd D. Then the next one is comparison operator. The compound criteria we have seen, then the next is comparison operator. So we can write that comparison operator are used for, you can write a sentence by your own, that comparison operators are used for comparing. I am writing for you. So are used for comparing are used for comparing the for comparison operators are used for comparing the, you can say, comparing the fields or comparing the matches. We can write comparing the matches. Clear? Then the next sentence we will start from here, that the comparison operators are greater than, less than, greater than equal to, or less than equal to, and not equal to. So this is the second part of the answer. Clear? So the which question number is this? This is question number 3rd D. Clear? So this way the first part was before this, that what is compound criteria. So compound criteria we have written from this sentence only, and the next one is the comparison operator. So first sentence we will write from the question itself, that comparison operators are used for comparing the matches, or you can write comparing the values. Then coming to the next question, that is question number E, that what is sorting and why do we need it. So let us see, I have written the answer of this. So sorting, we all know that what is sorting. So sorting is when we arrange the things. So here is the answer. So what is sorting and why do we need it? So sorting means arranging records in a particular order, that is ascending or descending. Let me zoom it little bit more so that you can clearly see it. Clear? So here is the answer. So sorting means arranging records in a particular order, ascending or descending. Then why do we need it? We need sorting when we want to arrange records in a logical order with similar data grouped together. Clear? So what is the purpose of sorting? Sorting is actually used when we want to arrange in a sequential manner whatever the data it is there, if you want to group that. So take the screenshot or pause the video to write this answer. Clear? So I hope you have written this or you have paused the video to write. Now coming to the next question, that is 3rd F. So let us come to the next question. So that was the 3rd E, about sorting. Now next one is define primary sort key and secondary sort key. So we have seen that we have two types of keys, the sort key which is primary and secondary. So let us see the answer of this question. So if we come again to the book, so here we are. So here you can see on page number 53, we have to write the primary sort key and secondary sort key. So we will begin the answer from, if at the place of u you can write v. Okay, so if we are sorting on more than one field, the more important field is called the measure key, also called the primary sort key. Clear? And the less important field is called the minor key, also called as secondary sort key. So this is the answer of question 3rd F, that what is the primary sort key and what is secondary sort key. So I hope you have written. Now come to the next question, that is question number G. What do you mean by report? And write the steps to create the report. So let us see the answer of this question, that what is the definition of report and what are the steps for creating the report. So we have seen that whenever we want data to be representable, so for that we generate a report. So here is the definition of report. You can write from the starting also. that a report is a way to display data from a query and or table in an appealing way. Then reports are especially designed to be printed. Clear? So this much is the definition you can write. This is the question number 3rd G. Then second part of the question is, what are the steps which are required to create a report? So the steps are given here. You can begin the sentence like steps required to create report. So steps are, step number 1 is click on the table or query on which we want to base the report from the navigation pane. So here is the navigation pane, you can see. So whatever the table or the query we want to choose, we can choose from here. So first step is click on the table or the query from the navigation pane. Then second point is click on the create tab. Clear? Then third step is click on the report from the report group, and after that write this sentence also, that Access builds the report and displays it in the layout view. Okay, so this was the second part of the answer of 3rd G. Okay, so this way we have covered the question answers, then application based question and other questions which are lab activity that we will do in the online class. So till then, complete these exercises which we have done today, and wherever you have confusion, pause the video to complete and write the answers. So let us meet in the next class with the next application based question and the another lab activity questions. Thank you everyone.